Hi everyone and welcome back to TNTV Reactions. I'm Tim and today we're going to be reacting to The Patient episode 2. I haven't seen it. I'm hoping you have because we have to chop it up a bit for YouTube. Episode 1 creeped me out, I have to admit, and I'm looking forward to this one tentatively. Basically it's a story of a serial killer who's kidnapped his therapist so he can stop killing people, which is an interesting plot. I think it was basically a two-person story. I'm hoping it expands out a little bit. We'll have to wait and see. It stars Steve Carell, who's mostly known for comedy stuff, but he's really good in a serious role in this. And Domhnall Gleeson, who I don't know from very much, but he plays creepy surprisingly well. I think that's probably all I've got for this one. I just want to jump straight in and see what happens next. Right, I don't think this is going to lighten up, but I'm hoping the story makes up for how uneasy it makes me.
Silent treatment? Doesn't seem very sophisticated for a therapist.
I'm not
But
your therapist anymore.
you did kidnap
I'm a
him.
prisoner.
I understand why you would think that, but you have to.
Don't have to do anything.
I took all this, and next thing I know, they're calling me the John Doe killer, because sometimes it took them a few days to figure out who these people were without their IDs and stuff, and now I'm kind of stuck with it. You believe me now?
You don't think I believed you?
I get why it's easier for you to think that maybe I'm not telling the truth.
I believe him.
I believed you.
He's just creepy as fuck. Yeah, it's not going to get any better, is it?
Including meditation.
Like I said, it's hard for someone like you.
He's really good, isn't he, Steve Carell? I don't know why he got typecast as a comic actor. I saw him in The Big Short, where it was sort of a comedy, but not really. And he can pull off powerful really well. I don't know why he spends so much time in comedy. He could have won Oscars by this point. I'm convinced he could have won Oscars by this point.
I know you hate it, but
I hate it too.
if you're not going to be a part of the process, where's that going to leave us?
That's a hard question. Guess I'd help as much as I could.
At least I want you to make me a promise that while we are in therapy together, that you will not commit any acts of physical violence against me or anyone else unless you talk to me first.
Seems
You
reasonable.
want me to talk to you before I...
Yes.
So you can talk me me out of it?
So I can try to help you get out of it. So together we can try to understand where this terrible need is coming from and to address it.
You can promise to
I'll
try.
do my best.
There you go. Oh, it's so hard. It's the worst possible position to be in. What do you do? I suppose what you can do is try and help people, but it's God, it's horrible. It's gripping, but it's horrible.
So should I tell you more about my life?
Sure.
I did an inspection a while ago at a Greek restaurant in Garton. Greek, but
It's a health inspector.
modern take. They do these moussaka filled gyoza that just dissolve in your mouth. I actually used to go there with my wife even before I inspected it.
You're married.
He thought I was trying to get a bribe. And he starts talking to me in this funny way, like he knows how things really work.
I mean, there are arseholes.
And I'm just
Doesn't mean you go
shit.
around.
And when people talk to me like that,
No.
anyway, I just left. Which is what I do in those situations.
Or maybe you do.
I don't know if other people have this. Do other people have this?
People get obsessed with interactions they've had, yes.
Yes, they do.
I went back to the restaurant
Who doesn't?
the same night, and I parked across the street, and I waited until they closed.
We don't do this.
And you thought I could help you not hurt him.
Progress.
Mm-hmm.
I need a pen and paper for notes.
You asked me to talk to you first. I am talking to you. It's not really helping.
It's early. It's only just started.
Listen for 4 months, Sam. I get why it's hard.
Late for work. Let's have a session after dinner. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Oh, come on. Okay, so, this keeps going from bad to worse, but in a really good way. It's it doesn't stop being creepy. So this was episode 2, called Alan Learns to Meditate, which makes sense. I mean, there was a few meditation pieces in there. I think mostly it was him trying to not freak out about being chained to a bed in a scary basement. It's probably a good skill to know in that situation. It's funny, over the first episode and then into this one, I thought Sam was strangely interested in food, and now we know why. He's a health inspector, and his motive for this latest murder he wants to commit is because some restaurateur maybe bribed his boss or another inspector to give them a re-inspection. Not the best motive I've ever heard, but he's a serial killer and a wackadoodle. That's probably the best way I can put it. So it makes sense to him. I'm not going to argue with him. He was married before. That I find astounding, but you know, each to their own, I suppose. And there's someone else in the house. His mother. Maybe it's just him again, or something. They were carrying something down the stairs I couldn't make out. I need to go back and have a look and see what that was. But it's I like how Steve Carell's character Strauss, I like how he's starting the process gently. How about you just talk to me before you go and whack somebody? Just promise me that there's no threat of violence here while we're talking. You know, hopefully simple things that Sam can do that won't that aren't too much to ask for someone in that position. This show keeps getting better. It's the second episode. All the way in. We're going to go all the way to the end of this series. I think it's a mini-series. I don't think they're expecting to do a second one. So this is going to be a self-enclosed series, which I really like. Some of my favourites from the past have been these self-enclosed mini-series, and when they then try and expand them out, or they become really popular, so they make a second series, it's never as good. Sometimes this first story is just really all you need. That's all the notes I've got. Really looking forward to episode 3, which I'll hopefully have up next week. And yeah, I think that's it. So if you like this video, click the thumbs up. If you like it or didn't like it, leave a comment. Let me know what I'm doing right, what we're doing wrong here. And subscribe if you can. We're also on Patreon now, so please feel free to come over there, support us. We really appreciate having you along for the ride. We're going to try and upload some Patreon only rewards, such as the full reaction with timestamps, but without the reference page. So hopefully we're going to have some really interesting stuff over there. Please come visit.